Here is the Bible. You might think it's just a really old book with so many words. But in here, there are stories that have been told and retold for thousands of generations. Stories told around campfires, in front of huge crowds. Stories told around the dinner table. Stories that have been made into TV shows or films. Stories that have changed the course of history. Stories you should know. But where should you start? Well, welcome to 10 Must Know Bible Stories. Stories worth exploring.
Dave, can you pass me a bauble, please? What's wrong with you?
It's not the same. Christmas, it's so different to what I'm used to. I'm not getting to do the things I want to do. There's no pantomime, no Christmas market. I don't like it.
Well, I know all of that, but surely it's still going to be fun, even though it's going to be different.
You think? I guess so. I mean, well, I suppose, you know my wife is American, right?
Yeah.
Well, the first time she had Christmas over here, she did say it was pretty different.
Dave, I got the honey ham for our Christmas dinner. Turkey? Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, we had turkey at Thanksgiving. Dave, what are those tiny green tennis balls on your plate? Brussels sprouts? Are they even edible? So you want to go to the pantomime? Is it a mime show? And they're doing Cinderella? Why are we watching mimes do Cinderella on Christmas? So you want me to buy some Christmas crackers? Do you want cheese crackers, Ritz crackers, Jacob's crackers? What kind of crackers?
What? Americans don't have pantos or Brussels sprouts or even turkey?
No, not really, but the cool thing is that Cherie actually loves all those things now, even though they were different for her at first.
I guess Christmas is celebrated differently all over the world. When I lived in Australia, Christmas was in the middle of the summer.
What?
Yeah, we had Christmas at the beach with a barbecue. It was amazing. It was different, but it was still Christmas.
Okay, I guess that sounds good, but I'm still struggling to imagine Christmas on the beach.
Well, let's think about it. What are the top 5 things that make Christmas Christmas for you? What 5 things do you need for it to feel like Christmas?
Why don't you guys think about that? Make a list of 5 things for yourself that are your favorite things about Christmas. Or, if your family doesn't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. Make a list of 5 things that you just like about the holidays. Alright, so hopefully you've got an idea of what your top 5 is. We're going to share ours, and I'm going to start us off with number 5.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the turkey dinner.
Brilliant.
I have to have the roast turkey dinner for it to be Christmas.
Number 4, we're going to go for a tree. There has to be a decorated tree at Christmas. Big, small, fake, real, inside, outside, it doesn't matter. I want to see a decorated tree at Christmas.
Yeah. And number 3, I've got to say it, I'm looking for presents. I am. It doesn't have to be lots, it doesn't have to be big or expensive, but for it to be Christmas, I'm really looking for 1 or 2 presents to open on Christmas morning.
And number 2 is being with my family and friends. I would never want to be without them. Over Christmas, I want to celebrate with them. And I always try and just look out for people who might be alone.
Yeah, I think that's all good, but number 1, I think trumps all of these, and that is that it's all about celebrating Jesus. Because for us as Christians, for Sue and I, it wouldn't be Christmas if we didn't think about the story of Jesus' birth.
And that is, I think, probably the best known story from the Bible, the story of Jesus being born. But we're going to hear it now, because no matter how many times we've heard it in the past, we never get tired of hearing it.
The story of Jesus' birth starts with a young woman named Mary.
an angel appeared to Mary and said to her, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. God is with you." Now Mary was really afraid and really confused about all of this, but the angel said, "Don't be afraid, Mary. Actually, something wonderful is going to happen. You're going to have a son, and you're going to call him Jesus. He will be great. He will be called the Son of God." Now Mary asked the first question, which was, "How can this be? I'm not married. I don't have a husband. I'm not expecting any children." But the angel told her, "Don't worry. With God, all things are possible, and this baby will be called the Son of God." Well, things happened just as the angel said, and Mary became pregnant. She was engaged to a man named Joseph, and Joseph also received a visit from an angel, and so he also believed that Jesus, the baby in Mary's belly, was God's son. Now Joseph was from, originally, a different town called Bethlehem. Now, the Romans, who were ruling Israel at the time, they wanted to take a census, a count of all the people who were under their rule. And so Mary and Joseph had to go back to Bethlehem. So even though Mary was very pregnant and it would have been difficult, they made the journey to Bethlehem. When they arrived there, though, the town was so busy because so many people had come back for this census that there was no place for them to go. Every single inn was full. Except one innkeeper said, "Well, I guess you could stay in our stables," which, actually would have been terrible. Have you ever smelled a sheep or a cow up close? They are not that nice. But that is where Jesus, God's son, that's where he was born. Now, at the same time that happened, the same night, there were shepherds out in the fields nearby. They were keeping watch over their flocks in the hills. And an angel appeared to them, and then a crowd of angels appeared to them, all saying, "There is good news and great joy today, because today a Savior has been born here in Bethlehem. He is going to be the Messiah, the Son of God. And this will be the sign to you so you can find him. You'll find this baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." Well, after all these angels disappeared, the shepherds rushed into Bethlehem to see what it was all about. And they found Mary and Joseph, just as the angels had said, in a stable with the baby lying in an animal's manger. Now, you may be wondering, hey, what about those wise men? Well, the wise men do come, but the Bible tells us it's not on the same night. The wise men actually come visit Jesus quite a bit later, when he's 2 or 3 years old. The wise men then bring Jesus gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, gifts that would have been fit for a king. And not just for a king, but gifts that were fit for a savior. That is the story of how Jesus was born.
I've heard this story, hundreds of times, but I learned something new hearing it today.
Really? What's that?
Well, in all the times that I've heard it, I never really thought about how happy everyone is in the story. Mary and Joseph are happy with their new baby, the shepherds were happy as they came rushing in from the fields, the angels are happy when they're singing praises.
Yeah.
And it's just, they didn't have any of the things that I have at Christmas, so why are they so happy?
Yeah, there was no turkey.
There was no tree, and I guess there was presents, but that was later on that Jesus got given presents.
And they were even away from their family and friends. They didn't even have a bed to sleep in. Mary and Joseph and Jesus were in a smelly stable. But yet, somehow they were still thankful to God and happy at that first Christmas.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I figured it out because, any baby being born is a special thing. Mm-hmm. I think the people there recognized that God was doing something incredible. That this new baby that had been born was God's own son. And that's why they were so joyful. That's why they were so happy. This Christmas is going to feel different. It just is. But I don't think we have to feel sad about that. I think this story can inspire us to find reasons to be happy, to be joyful this Christmas.
That is a great idea. And why don't we even see if we can find some new things to do this Christmas, new ways of celebrating Christmas that will make this year really special.
I like that. Okay, so here's a challenge for you guys. I want you to think about some things that you can't do this year and come up with some replacements, some things you can do instead.
That's good, I like it. So, I can't go to the pantomime.
Oh yes you can.
Oh no, I can't.
Oh yes you can.
Oh no, I can't.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
No.
You can't.
So I can't go to the pantomime, but I can write my own pantomime and act it out at home instead. That would be fun.
Yep, there you go. And we can't go to the Christmas market and get all the nice trinkets and toys and things, but we can make our own Christmas things like baubles or Christmas crackers even.
We can write our own jokes to go in Christmas crackers.
I've got a joke. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Go on.
Okay. Who delivers all the presents to the cats on Christmas morning?
I don't know. Who delivers all the presents to all the cats on Christmas morning?
Santa Paws!
They're going to write that.
Yeah, you'll do a good job.
I'm sure you'll be able to think of some new things to do this Christmas. And you know what? If you've never read that story from the Bible before of Jesus being born, why don't you try and read that for yourself this year?
Absolutely. That is your challenge for this Christmas. And on behalf of both of us, we just want to say, have a very
Merry Christmas!